Hi, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah. Today, I asked a couple of my followers on Instagram to ask me anything about being a developer, and they really came up with some very good questions that I'm going to be covering in today's video, where I'll just answer pretty much every question that I can answer. So let's get right into it. This is from Doherastus. I just admire your tenacity. Keep pushing. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Moving on, Leonard says, hi, I would like to know if learning the latest programming stack makes you a better developer. Well, whenever I hear the thing about being a better developer, I just remember my boss, and we kind of had like a banter on what it really means to be a better developer. I think it's good to like learn the latest stack, but in the context of being a better developer, I don't think it really suits that, because there are other things that come into play into defining the perfect context for being a better developer. I mean, on top of my list is being able to communicate better. In terms of stacks in like programming knowledge, I think it makes you good. Like it gives people enough perspective on what you can do and how well you can do what you know. So in that context, I think it's good to know the latest stack, but in the context of being a better developer, not necessarily. So yeah. Rejoice says, what are some companies in Ghana for developers? So companies, well, I think it's a good time to share this story that the only reason I ever thought of becoming an IT person was because of MTN. Because back in SHS, someone said that she knows a friend who works at MTN. The person earns a lot of money. So I was like, wow, I'm going to grab that. But back in SHS, I wanted to do some engineering course when I get to the university. It didn't play out, so I ended up in the computer science department. I was up at computer science. So there are really cool companies out there. So first on my list is MTN, because they are the real reason why I ever thought of getting into tech. And then second is my current company, Pieces. Next, Haptel, Etel Tigo, Petra. I think I've heard of Petra. Yeah, I attended Dev Congress some time ago, and I heard of Petra. They're also a good company. Paystack is there. Quantum, IT Consortium, ZPay. I'm literally mentioning all the companies where my friends work at. So yeah, there are quite a number of good companies out there, and I would love if you go onto LinkedIn to actually check them out. So yeah. From Joshua Azuma 10, did you spend your first salary, and how much was it in Ghana cedis? How I spent my first salary? I know I paid my tithe, and I know I was owing my mom some money, so I paid off my debt. And I know I gave myself like a good treat when I received my first salary. I was like, this is so great. Like, I was so excited, and I was like, I'm going to give myself a treat for this job. Like, I was so excited. I set myself up for a good dinner. I think it was a dinner, and I invited a friend over. It was a very good meal. Like, I was so excited. And the rest, I used it for my transportation and for feeding for like the next month. And then the rest, I probably kept it. But I don't know if I spent it later on. But yeah, I think I had something left, and then I kept it, or I spent it later on. So yeah, I really enjoyed my first salary. How much was it in Ghana cedis? Oh, my first salary was 3,903 cedis and 28 pesos. Sort of, yeah. So Computer Baby S says, how was computer science for you way back at school? Oh, computer science was difficult for me. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but I had a very difficult time maintaining my grades in school, because I wasn't so much of like a top student, because I was new to the idea of like programming until I got into university. So it's like I'm learning programming for the very first time in the university, which is one thing I don't want like people to get to do. I want people to be introduced to the idea of programming before they get into school. I think that's like the main motive behind this channel, trying to give people enough information and enough ideas about what to expect in school, especially when they are going to be doing computer science in school. Knowing that I did computer science in school and I have like some idea about what it is like to do computer science in the university, I think that's like the main idea that I kind of like rallied behind when I started this channel. So computer science in school was actually very difficult for me. The next question is, how long did it take you to become a developer? So right after school, I did my national service, and then after national service, I took 1 year to kind of learn a lot about programming. Even though when I was doing that, I was still having like some jobs here and there because I needed some money to learn, like you have to pay for courses and everything. So I was in between jobs, but I was still learning from school to my first job, like 2 years, 1 year for national service and then 1 year for just stuff. Afari.Richmond says, what's your ideal roadmap to full stack development? Oh, that's a good one. So for full stack development, I would say start with like one phase first and then move on to the next before like you kind of call yourself a full stack developer, because full stack is basically being able to do front end and back end and like doing both. But I think for the most part, starting with front end is very ideal, and then you can move on to do some back end, and then you can call yourself a full stack developer. But if you are geared towards back end development more, you can start with back end. That would mean that you are very proficient in back end and in like a little good with front end, which is also good, but it depends on where you want to start from. For me, I started from front end, and then I was building up on back end gradually. Is it worth waking up for, and does it pay? Oh, this question, I get that a lot. Yes, it's worth being a developer because it's actually a very good venture to take on, and it gives you like enough exposure into getting to learn a lot about tech, in how programs work, how apps are built, how software is built, how it's maintained, how to maintain like a good code, like how to clean your code, and how to like really build yourself as a developer. It's a very good venture that I'll always vouch for. The next point as to whether it pays, it does pay. I just don't trust the Ghanaian market in paying developers what they are worth. I think I've been in such a situation before when I was looking for a job and I was going to be offered like about 1,000 cedis, and I didn't like the amount, but at that point I mean, truth be told, I even accepted the offer and later declined. It's all good. Yeah, it does pay. Yeah. I like to think that I'm halfway to 1,000 subscribers, and the only way you can help me actually reach 1,000 subscribers is by subscribing to this channel. So please subscribe to the channel so I can reach more people with the kind of information I'm delivering to you. Please like this video, comment down below what you think about today's video, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. This is what this person has to say. Congratulations, Mrs. Hannah. I really appreciate your good work. Please, what are areas you can base on when going into computer science degree and the best school for the program? Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Any school that offers programs in information technology or computer science is actually a green light to attend that school. For schools that can best do this, first on my list is QnA. Legon offers information technology and I think computer science. I'm not so sure. Technical universities, I think some of these schools are trying to incorporate like IT related programs into their curriculum, so it's actually a good option if that's where you want to go. Ashesi also does something about computer science. Yeah. So this brings me to the end of today's video. I had fun doing this, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and head over to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram as well. I will see you in my next video. Bye.